Yeah, we're talking about Team Nigeria returning and all that, okay? 27th for the track and field athletes, and so most of them will return 27th straight to Abuja. So if Lagos fans are actually hoping to see them the way they saw Dream Team and Monday night, well, you may not be able to see most of them. But if you're in Abuja, definitely you can go to the airport, of course, to cheer them. It's something for them to have been there. I mean, going to the Olympics alone, I mean, is how do I put it now? I mean, it's an honor for you to be an Olympian, and it's a greater one when you win a medal. So if you fail to win, usually you don't have to dwell so much on that, because there's always a chance, for next time. Because most of the athletes that competed, have a chance to go to Tokyo 2020 and see how they can actually, improve on the performance, like of S.A. Brumen, Divine Odudiru, some may not.
Oluwalamigoke as well, so
definitely still very young.
He's got a great upside as well, So
that's the way it is. So you just wait the Nigerian.
But you would understand if not a lot of people turn up.
Of course,
because we saw what happened in Lagos when Dream Team 6 arrived. People did show up, and that's because they won bronze, and that's Nigeria's sole medal.
So I mean, that's all. So we're not going to be having something like this reception, the Prime Minister talking, the President, or even NOC or anybody and all that. But it shouldn't just be like that. We can just say, welcome, thank you for doing Nigeria proud, no draw, no issues and all that, except the other issues with the ministers and some other people. But then the main thing is that the athletes actually behaved themselves, and they competed well, and they competed clean. That's what is important.
Yes.
That's the spirit of the Olympics.
Yes, that's the spirit of the Olympics. Cecilia, I mean, you mentioned earlier that the table tennis team were the first time to arrive back in Nigeria, and that's the makeup of Segun Toriola, Arnold Quadri, Edmund Fiong, Bode Abiodun as well. And Segun Toriola, before the Olympics, said he was going to retire, right? I mean, he was on record as saying, this is going to be my last one, the 7th and the last. And during the Olympics, he started having second thoughts. He wasn't really sure what his future was going to be after the games, but now he is very sure, because he says he's coming back and he's not going anywhere. Cecilia, are you surprised that he has actually reversed his decision to retire?
I am. I'm really surprised, but he said something that really got me talking. He says, look, the International Federation, they even want him to retire. They just want him to create history for them. Because I felt, with his achievements and all that, when most countries are actually calling for him, they want him to coach and everything. And he says, look, he wants to remain with NTT because, of what they've done for him. He wants to give back. He wants to continue, mentoring the younger ones. I don't know what has talked about, most times whenever he's around, his influence on the team and everything. He says he wants to continue with that. So he doesn't really want to leave and coach another country except Nigeria. So when he's going to Tokyo 2020, if he gets to qualify, because you have to qualify first, then he's going to be going there, not just as a player, also as a coach, like as he's been doing, with Team Nigeria.
As a coach, I agree. And Cecilia, I mean, it's getting on a bit now. There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
But the fact that it remains, he's always found a way to win games, stay competitive and qualify for the Olympics. And as long as there's no one on the scene that can actually, send him packing, then I think it's all good. Let him continue playing until, he gets beaten, until he feels he can go any further. And then he might call it quit then. But he's been explaining why he's actually decided to rescind his decision to retire. Let's listen to him.
Well, it's a matter of work very hard. I train very hard always, and I program myself, and I make a lot of sacrifice. My lifestyle is changing a lot from the beginning of my career. I don't even beginning of my career. I don't expect I'm going to play 7 Olympics, and when I play the first one, then I'm thinking of, okay, let me try to play the second one. The more I play Olympics, the more I try to work very hard. My plans before, for the past 3 years ago, I spoke to my president for the federation that after a year, if I qualify, I want to stop playing for national team. But they accept it. But right now, they want me to stay around, because I also was worried, was concerned. I spoke to him, he spoke to me that I should please not retire, because me being around, it helps him a lot. And I believe that if I can have anything to do to support the team, I don't have choice, because this sport, table tennis, is my game, and I have passion for the sport. So right now, I'm changing my mind for not retiring, because even before I got my award in Rio in Brazil, a lot of the members of the International Federation, they don't want me to quit.
They don't want him to quit. Okay, as long as you
pressure.
still have it. I mean, it's under pressure actually to continue. But you know, your body cannot take it, Shegun. Listen to them.
Yeah, the ITTF. That's the international governing body for the sport, and you have the Nigerian Table Tennis Federation as well. So, and you have individual players like Arnaud Quadri wanting him to carry on, and it's fine if he is physically and mentally fit to still continue to play for Nigeria. I don't think it's a problem at all. Like I said, until someone actually beats him, then he's got the right time to keep playing. Yeah, but he's an absolute legend. I mean, 7-time Olympian. That's a remarkable achievement.
Because for you to go to the Olympics, definitely you must qualify.
Exactly. So yeah, it doesn't get wild cards.
Yeah, you don't at all. Okay, that's the way it goes.
Yeah.
All right, you have some other old players that were actually there. I mean, from horse riding and so many 52 years old.
Of course.
Because it's 3 and
that's still won medals
so
as well.
No age when it comes to the Olympics, as long as you're still good to go. And if the younger ones can compete and qualify ahead of him, why not? When they can just actually give it a shot and see if they can. They qualify for that. That's the way it goes. Now, talking about government sponsorship and everything, what we actually need to do concerning Tokyo 2020. I mean,
yeah, I mean generally, I mean, funding problems. What's wrong? Why is it always a major issue for Nigerian sports, and Cecilia?
Maybe because there's actually no. When you're asking me, okay, maybe because there is no known policy to say, okay, maybe government will have to sit down and bring all the corporate bodies together and tell them, look, this is what we want to achieve. We want you guys to be part of it. This is what we want to spend the money on and all that. You know, when you have that, you definitely want to have that trust, you know, to be part of it. But when they're not being invited and each individual decides to like, okay, let me just sponsor table tennis, and no one comes, okay, let me help the basketball teams, and you have others say, okay, the dream team, fine, you're doing well, let me help you guys, or track and field, okay, you girls, okay, let's see what we can do. And if you take a look at going to the Olympics, the only, I think it was just one bank who came to actually partner, you know, the track and field athletes. That was after the outburst by Divide or Duduru and others. So just selected some of them. If other people can actually do that, you know, athletes will be complaining about, hey, we don't have money to actually go. We're thinking that by Tokyo 2020, before the Olympics starts, you're definitely going to be having different corporate organizations saying, okay, for track and field, whatever meets the athletes are going for, the trials that were like, hey, we may not hold trials, yes or no, will not be there. You already have someone to pick up the bills, especially when money is not coming from the ministry and government and all that. So you just have all these people on ground, you know, talking about this. And Frank Momo actually talking about that too, how most of them can actually help, you know, to fund sport and make it better for most Nigerians to enjoy.
There should be some level of engagement between the private sector and the federal government or the Ministry of Sports. You need to put up a very watertight value proposition and bring them to the round table and say, we need your support. There's no ego about this. You call on the private sector, have a roundtable discussion with them and say, we need your support. If you want to do fundraising and call up the private sector to do a fundraising for youth development, you must let us know what you want to spend the money on. If you say you want to build a youth training center, we want to see the youth training center standing. It's not enough to say you want to do this, the private sector raises the money and we're not seeing anything.
Okay.
I mean, the message is clear.
Transparency, right?
Very, very clear.
That's what he's talking about.
Yes, I mean, when that money comes out, it has to be accounted for. That's the bottom line. And hopefully, further down the line, we get to see a lot of these sports and philanthropists, a lot of these corporate organizations, having sustained partnerships with a lot of these federations, because that's how it works in every other country. And yeah, hopefully our administrators here too will raise their game and know that they can't depend on governments alone for funding. They need to go out there, you know, they need to market their sports as well. Yes. So yeah, so they can carry out their activities and programs for the year. So Cecilia, I mean, we've said these things over
and over again, because we don't want to hear the story of, hey, athletes are owed, the allowances are being owed, and someone saying he gets the Olympics, he starts chasing officials around for 6 days, you know, when he's supposed to be focused on actually training for his event, but he's not doing that. He's chasing officials around. We don't want to hear such stories in Tokyo 2020. So if we start now, the planning and all that, you know, there should be a budget for Tokyo 2020. There should be a roundtable talk with all the federation presidents, of course, all the athletes, everyone, because most of them are aggrieved right now. I wouldn't be surprised if some athletes decide to say, look, I'm not competing in the Olympics, but they know it's their own career. Yes. But then that's where you're going to look at. If it's your career and you know you want to better it, then you just have to go. But if you're thinking I'm doing it for Nigeria, you definitely not be a huge success, because it's going to be difficult for you to fund yourself and everything, or this GoFundMe stuff, or most of the athletes were involved in. It's stories that we just don't want to hear when preparations for Tokyo 2020 starts.
Yes, Cecilia, you're spot on. I mean, elite athletes, their focus is on training.
Training, yes.
Thousands and thousands of hours of, of being in the gym, being on the track, being on the treadmill, eating the punching bags. That's what they should do. That's their main focus. But when they start to worry about, funding, welfare, travel arrangements, I mean, it has a way of actually affecting and, slowing them down. So, and that's what we've seen in Nigeria in recent times. Hopefully the authorities, starting from the very top, the sports ministry, the National Sports Commission, the national federations as well, too. And you can just get it right. I mean, it's not rocket
They don't have
science.
a choice now. Just get it right, because lamentation, it's not good at all. Okay, from there now, we'll move straight quickly. AIMBA, of course.
AIMBA,
the squad, at least.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Cecilia, it is always good to win. I don't know why you're laughing. It is always very important to win. And that game against Sundowns, okay, it's a dead rubber. It really doesn't have an effect. Sundowns are through to the next round. AIMBA are out, and even before the last game. But it still shows you something about the character of AIMBA. The fact that they turned up and they played and won the game, and was quite convincing as well. So we saw some really nice goals as well. So let's just go and enjoy highlights of AIMBA versus Sundowns, Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa. The game ended 3-1.
Zio from Burkina Faso set to get this one underway at the Adokie Amiesi Maka Stadium in Port Harcourt. And what looks like heavy skies, and certainly there's a heavy pitch underneath. You can see by the boots of the player just in the background there, the grass has been cut pretty long as well. Underway then in Port Harcourt, CAF Champions League, round 6 in Enyimba against
a player under Gavin. He coached me for 6 years. I always viewed his strength from the defense to the attack. He believed that if you can defend well, you always have a chance.
Players pushing forward there, and there's a foul just on the edge of the penalty area. Well, not quite that close to it, but a nice little break inside.
Kick and result too.
We've got Wodiegwu on the one side, and that's a great goal from Enyimba. Well, they chose the option to smash it, and smash it indeed, right past Wayne Sandilands. It's a ripper from Akabuezi John, the right side at fullback. Oh, that's a goal of great quality.
That's a top class goal. That's why there was a debate there. You can see the debate, and it's very important that was a good tactical. He put his non-kicking foot and he bent his shoulder over the ball and he hit it top corner. There's no chance for the keeper there.
But his feet looking impressive. Still Percy Tau. Players arriving a little late, and the ball still hasn't been grabbed, and it's headed home. Good opportunity. Percy Tau does all the hard work, grabs the goal. Sundowns level.
That's an interesting one. If you can see, I mean, the ball was loose right from the flank. He's skillful. He gets the ball, and you don't expect the defender, the captain Udoji, to dive in there. You can't dive from there. You can either cause a penalty or make a foul there. But you can allow the shortest man in the pitch to head the ball back to the net. You have two defenders.
Both sides have shown some impressive skill today. I would suggest and venture that Enyimba have arguably been the better side in the first half so far. Oh, and Sandilands gets himself into trouble. Was that a handball? In fact, from Udo. Udo looking to score and does. Well, a big mistake from Wayne Sandilands. And Sundowns punished on the brink of half-time. Yeah, that's not on. You're a goalkeeper. Tell us about that one.
The feed is not easy for him, So, but Ufa Udo did very well there to put pressure for him, and he was a little bit calm there and slide the ball inside net.
We were just talking moments ago about Udo needs to contribute more. Well, he's just done that.
No, he had a plea to him, and he's just done that. He had to his tally goals,
Referee allows the kickoff to take place, but blows for half-time in Port Harcourt. Yeah, Mamelodi Sundowns will be disappointed to...